Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today I'm going to be playing a new demo on the channel as part of the Ludo Narracon festival that's currently taking place on Steam. This is Harmony, The Fall of Reverie. This has been on my wish list anyway. I saw that there was a demo available, so I thought I'd definitely check it out, because this is made by one of my favourite developers, I think, which is Don't Nod. Made some of my absolutely favourite games, including Life is Strange and stuff like that. Oddly enough, I don't think I've played any of them on the channel. But certainly, prior to starting the channel, I very much enjoy the Life is Strange games and so on. So, yeah, looking forward to this. The crazy thing for me, particularly, is that this is out on the 8th of June. It's about a month's time, which is the exact same day that Mask of the Rose, which I featured yesterday by Failbetter Games. So another great narratively strong developer. It's the same day. They're coming out in exactly the same day. So in terms of the channel, I'll have a bit of a conundrum in terms of which one I actually feature first, because I'm pretty sure I'll be featuring both. But in any case, let's jump in and find out what Harmony, The Fall of Reverie is all about. Haven't played before, so I don't really know what to expect. Some missed calls from Laszlo. Love the animation, by the way. This feels very much like an animated movie, film, series, something like that. It's yeah, this is cool. Welcome back, Polly. No idea what that was. The old workshop. I could hide the interface. Ooh. Probably need that, because if I'm going to be reading. Everything looks the same, but it feels so different. I dropped my bag in my old room. It's been 10 years since I moved out of this place. 5 since the last time I managed to come back for holidays. When I was young, this island felt so small, but now I'm realising I was wrong about that. It's not small, it's just that I was growing up. I had my own ideas, needed some time away, alone. Back then it felt like all the space here was meant for other, more important people. And by people, I mean my mother, Ursula. She's always been so purposeful, so dedicated, so focused. She casts a long shadow. The Naiads. So what does this exit thing mean? Oh, okay, we can get rid of that stuff at the top. That's cool. Yeah, let's do that. Now I find myself stepping back into the place where we lived together for so many years. The Naiads. A big residence, open to all, filled with artists and creatives. So we've got a codex here on C that keeps popping up. So as we discover things, like this is the island, so it's the island city in the Mediterranean by the look of it. Now one of the most technologically advanced city-states in southern Europe. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all of these entries, obviously, but, as we discover stuff, it's going to get entered into these. You can go back and kind of check those. Before we go any further, I'll also add that I'll pop the link to the Steam store page, so you can, if you like this video, you can go and look at that, click on it, and check it out for yourself. The backbone of Alma, the surrounding neighbourhood. At least it was. With Ursula gone missing, the place feels empty now, almost abandoned. I decide to go straight to my mother's room, to the heart of the problem. Everything looks familiar, and everything feels strange. I hear a sound and some instinct freezes me in place. Nobody's home. The noise emerges from somewhere inside my mother's room. A heartbeat and a gentle, pearl-like rattling. A soothing sound. A call. A name. Whispered. Chanted. I feel compelled to open the door and... Oh. So remember, she said her mother had gone missing. Maybe the same thing happened to her. Hello. Seemed surprised to see us. Nexus. Where am I? The world around me, I've never seen anything like it. An endless panorama, a limitless horizon. My head spins. And there, looking at me like I'm an old friend, is a girl. She seems surprised, as if my presence was a shock to her.
Didn't see you there.
Ah, she's voiced good.
Take your time, Sprout. It's not every day you wake up in a new dimension.
Sprout. My ears are ringing, head swimming. I feel like I'm in the strangest dream ever. But I take a breath and focus.
There you go. You'll get the hang of it in no time.
Who is this person? She puts down the game console she was playing with and rushes over to me.
So, I guess we've got a lot to discuss.
I guess so.
Who are you? I'm Polly.
Actually, you're Harmony for us over here.
She seems to be looking at my clothes and what happened? Why am I dressed like a priestess? Breathe. I need to breathe.
I'm Bliss. This world is Reverie. And it's in big trouble.
What?
Both my world and yours are on the brink of collapse. Not pillaged and plundered by an invading army or something cool like that. No, this is ugly. Bad news. Collapsing from within, you know?
Wait, slow down, please. I was just in my mother's room, and I picked up this necklace, and...
See this?
The girl points to an object floating in the middle of the platform. An orb. It sort of looks like a heart wreathed in blue flames. It's radiating a powerful surge of emotions. How do I know this?
Don't look at it for too long, Sprout. It'll bum you out.
It's incredible.
And yet, it's fragile. More than it has ever been.
I take a few steps towards it. Waves of comforting warmth and aching cold wash over me. Sensations of solitude and togetherness, emptiness and excess. I'm on the verge of tears, gripped by a sense of helpless sorrow beyond my control.
I know who you are. And I know you have to touch the heart of Reverie.
The heart.
Touch it! Touch it and see the future!
I comply. My fingers seem to go right through the surface. It's neither cold nor hot. Softly rough. I feel a slight shock, almost imperceptible.
What the...
You're connected to Reverie now. You'll be able to travel between our world and yours.
What do you mean, travel? I have so many questions.
Looks like you're searching for your mother. This'll point you in the right direction. Introducing the Augural. An amazing tool you can use to strategize and plan out the future.
How do I use it?
The girl takes a sip of her drink and a few seconds to reply. Is this simply theatrics, or is she figuring out the best way to explain?
See for yourself, Sprout.
Welcome to Harmony. This tutorial will give you all the knowledge you need to explore the story. Story nodes. The future is visible to you in the form of interconnected nodes. Each node contains a fragment of story that you can choose to unveil. Close this tutorial and use left click on the first node to select it. Can we move? Oh, we can move up. So, okay, so, alright, so we can see there's story stuff there. Truth or dare? Interesting. Truth? Oh, it's locked. This one? Maybe space to confirm? Oh, did they mean this one? Oh, okay, first steps. Where is this? Where am I? Okay. There we go. Okay, sorry. I thought we'd done that one and we're looking to move on to the next one. What happened? What the hell just happened?
Your wall allows you to see the future. That's this board, you know? Before today, time was linear for you. From now on, well, it dances to your tune.
It's incredible. How? How come I can do that?
I'm an aspiration. Me and my friends need a heart to exist. But our heart is weak. And you're special, Sprout. You can help us. You can save us all.
Bliss attempts a smile, but it looks forced. Perhaps because I look so confused. For a moment, the words mean nothing to me. But why me? And why was the necklace in my mother's room? Could this augural be the key to finding my mother?
Let's start with something easy. Truth or dare?
Truth or dare? Is she serious? The light in her eyes tells me so. She is serious. Okay. The question mark symbols mean that only one of the next two nodes can be played. The other will be blocked forever. Choose which part of the story you want to see unfold. Okay, well, we're... truth? Let's select that. I wonder how you can play this game with some sort of immortal child, but I accept.
Tell me about your mum. Do you like her?
Words are spilling out of my mouth uncontrollably.
Things are difficult between us.
Good. You made a choice. And now, what we're experiencing is unique and special.
All at once, I feel ashamed. What was I thinking? To open up to this unknown entity so much and so suddenly.
Don't worry about that.
Hang on, can she hear my thoughts? She needs to stop.
I'm trying, but I can't help catching some of them. Like listening to a foreign lingo you half know. Go on. Tell me about your mother.
It takes me a couple of seconds to refocus.
You make it sound so... clinical. It's just that I never knew her. I mean...
I can feel Bliss's presence in my head retreating, being pushed back. I can actually keep her out of my thoughts if I concentrate hard enough. So I continue.
She's always been there, pushing me, picking me up after failures and mistakes. But who she really is, deep down, as a person, I have no clue.
We're suddenly back at the Naiads. If not for the familiar surroundings, I might not have noticed the shift.
What the...
Is this your room? Nice.
Oh. You're here?
Well, sort of. I'm really still in reverie, but with a bit of effort, we aspirations can push ourselves into brittle. And as you shifted yourself back here, I thought I'd come with.
I did?
Don't worry about it. Those new powers of yours will take a bit of getting used to. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, your mum.
My finger traces circles on the desk, a mandala of
Would
dust.
you say she was distant?
Always. She kept me at bay. Refused to let me into her world. She wanted me to become this great artist. And instead I went into medical research. She was always there, always present, but never close. Does that make sense?
Why am I asking? My stomach hurts. Why am I hurting myself?
She never even cried. When Dad left, she simply closed that book and opened another one.
My fingers paint an infinite spiral again and again. It feels soothing, like I'm making a bridge to connect two different drawings. And we're suddenly and brutally back, in the other world.
What's going on?
Don't ask me. You're the one who brought us here. Traveling between worlds like it's nothing is, well, shows what amazing powers you have.
I smile. The future, the futures, are slowly unfolding. Okay. Polly can catch a glimpse of the future, but entire parts of it sometimes remain hidden from her. Nodes with a, I guess it's like a sleepy eye symbol sort of thing, will hide all the nodes behind them. Hidden nodes cannot be interacted with. They conceal all information about the fragment they contain. You will need to progress through the augural until you reach this node to reveal it and see beyond it. On the augural, use mouse buttons to move in, zoom out, or move the camera. I can't do that while that's open, but you know, now I can. Bloop, bloop. Okay. So we wanted to click on a new face. I can feel someone else coming. Damn, this is weird. I open my eyes again. The two paths have merged into
Go
one.
on. What do you see? What do you feel?
I sense a new being. A new force. It's getting closer.
That, I believe, would be me.
A tall silhouette comes into focus right before my eyes, surrounded by electric blue fish dancing in the air. I knew Bliss was tiny, but now she looks positively minuscule.
I am power. An aspiration like our minuscule bliss over there.
He reads my mind too. I'm going to have to work harder to keep them out of my head.
No offense, Bliss.
None taken. I prefer the term fun-sized.
A little laugh slips out of me. Suddenly this whole situation feels absurdly mundane, as though I've always been a part of this.
You must be Harmony.
Harmony, what a name. Am I one of them?
You have seen how weak our heart is. It won't last long. Great changes would come to pass. You might even call them cataclysmic.
The ground beneath me suddenly feels shaky, unstable.
What can I do? I'm just looking for my mother. I didn't ask for any of this.
You now know that chance does not exist. The futures laid out before you will force your hand. They will require you to make choices. Choices that are ruthless, difficult, even painful. Choose wisely, follow your objective, and your diligence will be rewarded with a valuable resource.
Ah, knew I forgot something. There's this energy called egregor, right? It's basically how we exist in your world. It kind of tastes like, you know that blue soda?
Egregor is rare and powerful. It is not to be drunk. Some choices you make will generate egregor and bind us together. Use it wisely.
What are you expecting from me?
The aspirations meet my doubts with a knowing look. I don't like that they can see my thoughts, read my intentions.
Ah, you got it. I can tell because your mind's gone all hard. Difficult to hear.
It looks like I'm getting better at pushing them away from what's in my head.
We have much more to tell you, but a good leader knows what to reveal and what to leave unsaid. For now, of course.
The two aspirations look at each other. Something is shared in their glance. An emotion, a memory? But I don't know what it is. I'll need to find out by myself.
The key is your mother, Harmony.
Her disappearance must be linked with what happened here.
A pause. They glance at each other.
Some of our number are lost, scattered.
And we work better if we're a team.
How many of them are there?
But that's for later. Right now, the priority is your mother.
Exactly.
We must find her. Or else...
Your heart will get weaker?
The look in their eyes tell me I'm right.
Find your mother. Explore the futures.
I nod. The view from up here is stunning. My head feels heavy. So much has been dropped on me, so much. I need to close my eyes. Objectives. A new objective node has been revealed. Objective nodes are marked by rays of light shining from their center. Try to reach them to progress the story. Use Tab to open the notifications panel and see the new objective mode. Okay. Got Codex objective. Here we go. Bliss. That's as far as you can see, Sprout. You'll need to give one of us Egregor to get here. Okay. And what's this one? Oh, that's probably the Codex, isn't it? I guess we could try and get rid of the notifications just by clicking on these. I think they kind of explained what all this stuff is, though, pretty much. But oops. There's a bit of a delay on that. Oh, that hasn't got rid of the notifications. I can... Okay. So we're here. An awakening. I'm back on Earth. Was all of that real? Then we got like a choice. Not sure who Nora is, but maybe we'll find out. I can tell right away that I'm not in Reverie anymore. The sun over Atina is hot and dry. Retina. I stretch out my arms, feeling the muscles there resisting. A minute. I just need a minute to think this through. I came here to find my mother, discovered a necklace that transported me far away. And now I'm able to instantly travel between worlds and talk to gods?
Is that it?
That wasn't a dream. All my studies into the human mind, all my research, I've never heard of anything like this. It wasn't a seizure or a hallucination. This was all the legends and tales my mother wrote about in her poetry, all the stories she told me as a kid. And invisible worlds opened up in front of me with the augural. I need to act. I need to embrace this. Crystals. These two nodes are blocked by a barrier. Barriers block access to certain nodes until they're removed. It seems crystals are required to unlock either of these two nodes. These different symbols show that you need a bliss or a power crystal to progress through the story. Crystals can be gained as you progress through the augural. Here are the crystals you seek. Yes, I see the two symbols, the pink and the orange. Progress through the augural and play one of them to gain a crystal and break the corresponding barrier. Crystals can materialize in different forms depending on which aspiration they're bound to. Okay, so let's go to Kind of Home, at last a familiar face. I walk back inside, my head still swirling with words, names, predictions. And then, Nora. I can hear her footsteps outside the room. Knowing her, she is about to barge in. I rub my eyes and run my hands through my hair, trying to wake from reverie.
Polly?
I can feel tears in my eyes, a sweet taste in my mouth, static electricity grazing my shoulders and arms.
Polly! You're here!
Nora! Come here!
She crosses the room and we hug. It's the first human contact I've had in months. She feels so good, so warm and familiar.
How are you?
Good! I mean, fine, considering what's going on.
It's okay. We'll find her. I know we will.
So much has happened.
Tell me.
Hold on, I need some coffee. It's keeping my brain from rotting.
She drinks coffee now. Well, she's definitely older, a young woman. So I'm guessing she was like a child the last time. She said, Polly said it's been 10 years since she's been around, 5 years since she even came up. In the kitchen, Nora makes us both coffee and launches into, well, about 8 different stories at once, all tangled together. They seem to live in this swimming pool. Don't know quite what's going on in this world. She hasn't changed, always carrying an entire world of plots and characters and charming adventures with her. A Nora-verse of energy.
And yeah, Grandpa's gone through all 5 stages of grief, though for a while I thought he was stuck on denial.
I smile as she hands over a huge mug, filled to the brim with caffeine.
Nothing beats a really cheap, super strong coffee.
Can she see you?
Oh, no, you're fine. Just don't start talking to yourself. Weirds people out.
I'm so sorry. I'm talking so much. Can't believe it's the first time you've been back in years.
Yeah, it's... you know.
Oh, I know. Things were difficult with Ursula.
It doesn't feel good to admit my mother always showed more love and affection to Nora than to me. I'm not jealous. Nora deserves love, but it's hard to stop thinking about the reasons behind it. Was I harder to love?
But she'd been different lately. We had a fight before she went missing.
Ursula was upset with you.
Nora's always gotten along well with my mother. I can't remember the last time they fought.
Have you heard about all the job openings at MK?
Nora wants to join MK? A few months ago, she was telling me how intrusive and problematic they were.
The city's getting more expensive by the minute, and the pay's good, and it's interesting work, I guess. Did I mention the pay? Because, Paul, we're barely getting by here. And there's this school I'd like to go to, a rather expensive school, but Ursula felt I was betraying myself, and we had a fight, and I had to sleep at a friend's place for a couple of days.
That bad?
I just needed some space, some air.
The shiver of static electricity is back, through my fingers, up my back. The necklace feels lighter around my throat. Okay.
I know MK isn't perfect, but I can't live here forever. No way I can move out without a job.
MK isn't perfect, but it's not a sentence I thought I'd hear from Nora's mouth.
What do you think?
As I think about how to answer, I feel the weight of the decision. This is the kind of choice Bliss was talking about. Support Nora. This is what she wants to hear. Support, not judgment. She doesn't warn Nora. She doesn't want to hear this, but it's for her own good. So MK, that was the brand of surveillance camera, wasn't it, when we first joined? I get the feeling that, I mean, it's not based on very much, admittedly, but it's probably not good, is it? So let's suggest that she doesn't work there.
Do it, Harmony.
But she'll be disappointed, and...
You are about to tell her what she needs to hear, not what she wants to hear.
The more I think about it, the more I feel he's right. Oh, sisters. Okay, I didn't pick that up until now. Time to put on my big sister cap.
maybe it's just me. But... I can't picture you in a monoconcern uniform.
I know. But the pay is... it would change a lot for me.
She's conflicted, and I don't think she expected me to reel her back in so quickly. How long has she been thinking about this?
No, you're right. It's not a good idea. They've been increasing security all over the island. MK is everywhere these days. Hard to avoid. And I know I won't change anything by myself, but...
Her heart is heavier. I wish I could take this burden off her, but the rest is up to her.
You cannot take back your words. Moving forward is the only way to travel this road, Harmony. You did well.
Sorry, it was a bad idea. Can I have a hug?
I don't need to be asked twice. Her warmth is contagious.
You know I didn't mean to make you feel guilty, right?
I know. Don't worry. I'm tough. On the inside.
Of course you are.
She smiles. I smile back. I'm realizing that from now on my relationships will be affected by my power. This is a heavier burden than I thought.
This is good. The hug, I mean.
It is.
Nora squeezes harder. Then she releases me. We're both recharged, both forgiven, both at peace.
Come on. I guess we should go find Laszlo.
Yeah. I could do with a drink.
And maybe passing out and forgetting about the necklace and those two weird... I stop the thought before it expands beyond my control. Family first. Because that's why I'm here, isn't it? Family. Okay, we collected a crystal. Crystals collected during a chapter are not kept when you move on to the next one. Okay, good to know. So we can open... The barrier has fallen. You can now reach the objective node. Yeah, so we'll do that. Power's Stronghold. A shock, a brief pain behind my eyes, a bright light. When I return to my senses, I'm not on Athena anymore. I'm back in Reverie.
You have chosen well thus far.
Is this your realm?
Indeed. A place of strength, of fortitude.
A gust of dry wind pushes us up inside the tower. Not up, pushes us inside the tower. The cold stone that surrounds us makes me feel like I'm walking down the barrel of a gun. Power takes an unhurried seat on a monumental throne, a movement rehearsed 1,000 times.
But a realm implies a kingdom, a title, a crown.
This is all for show, a power play. No pun intended.
We aspirations are neither kings nor queens nor anything in between. Neither deities nor demigods. We simply are. Aspirations are intrinsically linked to your world and your kind.
And we never had a clue about any of it.
Have you always been here?
Always. Since the dawn of your kind. Since your first dream, your first wish, your first complex thought. It must come as a shock to lose the luxury of your ignorance.
The aspirations have been here all this time, everywhere, guiding all of our choices. So many questions. My mind's awash with words and doubts and queries.
Do we elect you?
He shakes his gigantic head back and forth, his mouth twisting into a smile. The concept of democracy seems alien to power.
The same way a river elects the sea into which it flows.
So yeah. The concept of democracy seems alien to power. I mean, that's quite profound, isn't it? For a second, it feels like his throne is made of whitewashed bones, crushed hopes, tears and sweat and blood.
You sense that we aspirations are much more than we appear. We give off an energy that is neither good nor bad harmony.
Like gods?
I'm trying to make sense of it all, trying to make it work in my head.
Gods are invented, and inventions can be killed. No.
A sedan-sized fist hammers the arm of his throne.
We are much more, greater than gods. But our strength is limited to this place. We need a firm hand to restore our world.
And my world too, right? If I understood, we're connected. You need us humans. And we need you.
The smile disappears from his face.
True. Use the Augural. Explore your future. Establish and assert your own will. Follow my path, and we can change the world. Our worlds. Because whatever is about to come, dear Harmony, even I cannot predict what it will be.
He raises his hand and snaps his fingers. Okay. So we've got a long road ahead. My head is buzzing with thoughts. Now what? Whatever's brewing here, it's big. Bigger than my mother's disappearing. I step closer to the heart of reverie. Its blue flames don't seem to burn.
Hey, you still here?
I turn around. Bliss is standing right in front of me.
Didn't mean to scare you. Sorry.
There's more to it than she's ready to share. I can sense it.
This is a lot. Are you real? Is any of this real? Or am I having some sort of waking nightmare?
First, thanks. Nightmare indeed. Second, it's very real, Sprout.
I just need a minute.
It's okay. Really. We're really impressed by everything you've done so far. Soon, you'll be able to see even further on the Orgrill.
How far ahead?
Depends on your choices. On who you side with. On what happens.
She's uncomfortable.
I can tell you don't exactly trust me.
Yeah, we do.
Even if I can't read your mind anymore.
I trust. I tell you what, I trust Bliss more than I trust Power. Funny thing to say, isn't it? But I thought supporting our sister and not joining the potentially fascist Ultra Corporation was probably the right move. I don't know why that would have led to Bliss. Let's be honest here.
You mentioned my mother. As soon as I stepped into all this, you knew. And you wanted me to find her. What's going on with her? Do you know Ursula?
The Sea Witch? Can aspirations breathe? Because if so, Bliss just took the biggest gulp of air ever.
Ursula was here before. In your shoes. In this place. Wearing this necklace. And she tried to do everything you've been doing today, and...
She failed.
She wasn't the right person. Why? I can't tell you directly.
For every mystery solved, 2 secrets are added.
Whatever happened, it broke us. It almost ruined Reverie. And we forgot. Our minds, our bodies were...
Oh, sorry, twisted and erased. I leant rather heavily on the left mouse button. I turn away from Bliss. A minute. I just need a minute. Today's been a string of stolen minutes. Wild concepts. Shocking discoveries.
We need your help. And you need ours. There's an aspiration called truth. They know a lot. I mean, of course. If you could find a way to save them, it would mean the world to us. I know it's unfair to ask you to go out there without any more information.
It'll be okay. I understand the stakes. And I'll do my best.
I give her a tentative smile. I need to get back to Nora. Meet with Laszlo. Whoever. Do you think that's ex-boyfriend, brother? I have no idea. Search for my mother and this truth. No time to lose. History. Select a node, pass node to display an overview of its content. Okay. Game is auto-saved after each node played, and we can still restart a chapter from the start as long as it's not been completed. This option is available from the pause menu. Okay. So if we click on that, yeah, you actually get all the stuff. Don't know why some stuff has rainbows on. Because not all his speech does. I don't really know. Oops. So what's exit? Okay. Well, let's go to the last node, I suppose. End of chapter. Possibly end of demo. Oh. This is the act overview. It appears when reaching the end of a chapter. An act is composed of several chapters, each having its own objectives. The act overview is a simplified version of all the chapters composing an act. This is the objective you've just completed by helping Nora make a decision about her future. It is now part of your ongoing journey towards the main pivot points of the story, the outcomes. Ooh, an outcome represents the conclusion of great events in the future. They're unlocked by the crystals you collect throughout the chapters. Oh. The end of a chapter, all the crystals you've collected are automatically transferred to the outcomes. We can see the power one here. Unlocking an outcome generally requires a large number of crystals. At the end of an act, you will have to pick an outcome. On the Augural, you can press semicolon any time to access the act overview. Okay. Do not hesitate to check it regularly and see your progress towards the outcome you're aiming for. Close this on this node to start the next chapter. Let's have a quick look. So what can we see here? A spark of joy, bliss. Your return should mean hope, joy. Sadness is what's stopping this place from thriving. Tradition reborn. Power. This place needs a guiding hand, Harmony. Someone to show the way. Okay, I'm kind of feeling inclined towards the bliss one, but we haven't got any of her crystals yet. Yeah, so we've closed this. I mean, I guess we'll just click on the start of Chapter 2, but I imagine the demo is probably going to end quite soon. Let's just, we'll do another one. The open eye symbol means this node will trigger a revelation. Revelations unveil nodes still invisible to Polly on the Augural. Oh, okay. See the links extending from the icon? They point to nodes that will be revealed. Okay. Laszlo's expecting me. Maybe more than anyone else is. Let's dive in. Siema's Creek. I look up at the sky, the clouds floating by, obscuring the newly revealed stars. Familiar but unknowable, beautiful but ever-changing.
I came out here for like 2 hours last week.
I believe it.
They suck you in, don't they? Especially when the sea's calm and you can see them reflected down there.
I look over at her, neck craned upwards, a half-smile on her lips. She seems calmer. I'm glad.
All right. Time to rip off the bandage. Let's go see Laszlo.
I'll be at your side.
I know you will.
She lowers her gaze from the heavens to look me in the eye.
You haven't seen him the last few days? Full-on denial. It's killing me to see him like this.
Sounds rough. But we'll find a way. Right? Even if we have to outdrink him with his own imported beers.
That wins me another smile, clearer this time.
They are so expensive. And I'm broke, just so you know.
We walk through the streets of our childhood, laughter bouncing off the old familiar walls. We chat as we go. We're sad that one store closed, amazed another has managed to stay open. I know how that feels when you go back to your hometown. We laugh, a godsend considering the circumstances. But the further we walk, the worse the flickers get. Bond's Estuary. Images of other places, impossible places. Reverie. Birds flutter about my head, phasing in and out of reality, and a kindly voice calls my name. And then he's there, in front of me.
Greetings. Oh, did I startle you?
Where am I? Who are you? Another aspiration?
Exactly. I'm Bond. My siblings keep forgetting about me. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No. No. I guess I'm getting used to it. I feel at home, somehow.
Naturally. My path is one of community, friendship, and empathy. My mangrove forest is a place of warmth and safety. And I am an excellent host. The journey before you, Harmony, is one with many roads and even more destinations. I am here to guide you towards those that lead to understanding, not conflict.
I know this won't be as simple as that, unfortunately.
Oh, you mean your mother. I know you will find a way to see eye to eye with her.
Fat chance, but sure. Let's pretend that's even remotely possible.
I don't wish to keep you. Before you go, I have but one piece of advice. Remain mindful of others. Then your journey may be one of discovery, not destruction.
Laszlo's bar. I'm thinking childhood friend, based on what they've been saying. Could be brother. Before I can reply to this newest aspiration, I blink, and I'm back on Atina.
Turns out he wasn't even talking to me. Can you believe it? What an idiot. Well, we're here.
She's right, Laszlo's bar. I give her a reassuring nudge and we head to the counter. The place hasn't changed at all, except it's a little messier. A lot messier, in fact. But the rest? The ramshackle seating, the sticky counter, the rumble of the tram line overhead. This place always felt like a second home to me. And there, tending the bar...
Polly,
Dad?
you're here.
Is it a dad?
I'm so glad you're finally here.
Laszlo. He leaves the counter and comes over. Before I can react, he's grabbed me in a bear hug. My phone jams up into my ribs and I force a smile.
My word, it's good to see you, Polly.
Stepdad?
You look like a strong breeze would knock you over. Are you eating? Here, look, I've got snacks behind the bar.
Let me check the codex, see if it does this sort of thing. Citizen, so Laszlo. No. Former nurse and owner of a well-established bar in Elma. Widower of Alex Natalizia, with whom he had one daughter, Veruca Cassar. He met Ursula, our mum, Beauclair, while on duty at St James's Hospital. Was one of the first community members to join her in renovating the Naiads, that's where we live. Briefly sat on city council in the 90s. Became his granddaughter Nora's legal guardian when Veruca Cassar chose not to raise her child. Refused multiple offers from Mono Concern to franchise his bar. Okay, so his daughter is Veruca Cassar. Veruca is Nora's mum? But Nora's our sister, right? Maybe half-sister? So I'm guessing stepdad. Yeah, okay. It's a little complicated in my mind, but yeah, I think so. Nora rolls her eyes. She wasn't wrong. His smile is too wide, his voice a bit too loud. Laszlo's a jolly fellow, but this is a bit too jolly for the situation. Why? Several objective nodes have been revealed. It will be impossible to gather the crystals required to complete both objectives. You'll have to make a decision. Will you follow Bliss's path or Bond's instead? Okay, let's go and have a quick look at what those say. Laszlo opens up to his friends. Someone goes away and the community falls apart. Bring it back together. Let it heal in unity. Bliss's one. Laszlo is hiding his emotion. You need to strengthen his bonds with the people he loves. Well, that sounds pretty good. I mean, they both sound fine, don't they? I guess we'll make a choice as we can. Well, we kind of got to make a bit of a choice now. I mean, I'll probably go in with the Bond one. Laszlo bustles off to grab some unneeded snacks, sending an errant beer bottle skittering across the cobbles.
What's up with him?
He's been like this ever since Ursula disappeared. It's unbearable. He pretends everything's fine, like she's gonna waltz through the door any minute. Whenever I bring it up, he gets angry. So, I stopped. He has his own way of showing his feelings, I guess. Okay, so we got one of those. Something's afoot with Laszlo. Something beside Ursula's disappearance. Okay, let's have a look at this one. With Laszlo fussing about behind the counter, Nora smiles and goes over to chat with some regulars. There are a few faces I recognise, names bubbling up from the fog of forgotten memory. Laszlo's friends. They look older, shrunken almost. I'm going to go back to the codex. I'm going to look up Nora. Let's get some... So, we are 12 years older than Nora. Nora...
Contact of a mono-concern health experiment. Yeah, I mean, she says they're obviously close, but I don't know if Laszlo was maybe ever married to Ursula rather than maybe just having a close relationship. I don't know. Snippets of conversation drift my way. He's not been the same these last few days. What's wrong with him? I turn my head away. I don't need to hear anymore. They're worried too. I need to do something. Inevitable nodes. This is an inevitable node. You have no choice but to play this type of node when it becomes available. Laszlo leads the conversation. Laszlo is a pro at avoiding serious subject. No choice but to listen to him for now. I try to strike up a conversation with him, but he immediately launches into a discussion of Alma's politics and the price of importing beer. I let him do the talking. It feels good to hear him talk about mundane things.
Did Nora tell you about the storm a while back?
I've seen pictures. How bad was it?
Bit of flooding around the island, but the walls held and the roof barely leaked at home. Nora helped board up the bar. We had a good laugh at all the drowned drones the next day. Spotted some MK folks trying to scoop them up before they floated out to sea.
Competitive drone fishing.
He smiles and his face relaxes somehow.
The sport where nobody wins.
Okay, well, belting through this stuff, aren't we? We have a choice. Laszlo needs support, even if he won't admit it. Why don't you show him the way? If he's too shy to talk in front of Nora, you should give him some privacy. No, I don't think so. I think we'll do this helping hand thing, shall we? This is going to be tough. Laszlo is open and generous, but when it comes to his feelings, not so much. It could get hard to get through to him. I wait until he's busy with a customer to talk to Nora.
Okay, here's the plan. We have to get his guard down, or he'll stay like this forever. And that's no good for anyone. So, it's time for some bar work.
What?
Just follow my lead.
I rise and walk behind the bar as confidently as I can. Nora follows close after me.
Come on, move over.
What are you two up to?
Tending bar. Judging from the state of this place, you can use all the help you can get.
The place is looking a little untidy, I suppose. A bit busy, you know?
Looks like a bomb's gone off, Grandpa.
The nerves on this girl.
But he smiles. The banter's enjoyable after all.
I love you too.
Revocation. The X icon means that the next node will trigger a revocation. It will block access to the other nodes forever. Select a node with a revocation to see the nodes that will always be blocked. Okay, so we've got talk about the naiads. That's going to lead towards a bliss choice. Even if he seems to avoid the place, he might have things to say. Revoke Laszlo speaks about MK, or we can talk about change. Maybe he can explain what feels so off about Atina. Revoke Laszlo speaks about Ursula. So we can find out about MK, or we can find out about Ursula. You know, I mean, this is only the demo, right? So I'm intrigued to find out a bit more about MK. So let's do this one. I start to tidy up, grabbing discarded bar rags, empty bottles, and stale-smelling glasses. Nora looks at me, confused. I jerk my head towards a pile of dirty bar mats. She starts cleaning up around the bar. I know she was hoping for another kind of family reunion, but...
Got to admit, it's a little strange. Being back here, on Atina.
Laszlo nods, but doesn't look up from the glass he's cleaning.
Funny how a place can change so much while staying the same.
Oh, absolutely.
He's nodding again, but his mind is clearly elsewhere. Every now and again he glances at Nora, concern in his eyes. Or is it fear? Whatever it is, this isn't like him. Okay, so with no chance of doing this side now, so we do this. After a moment of silence, Laszlo places the glass on the counter and arcs his head toward the sky. The light is slowly increasing. The moon's rays... I think that should be an apostrophe there. The moon's rays are bisected by the tramline above. A breeze flutters his shirt, kicks up dust off the street.
There's change in that wind. Been a long time coming. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But you live in a place long enough, you know.
There it... Again, a bit of a typo there. It should be, there it is. My opening's right there.
Not ridiculous. Not at all.
Ursula, she was... part of it. Something bigger, something I couldn't see. Scares me a bit, sure.
Scares him? What's going on here?
But you can't hold off change forever.
Laszlo's searching gaze drifts back toward me and softens. All at once he looks a bit less haggard, less sleepless.
Glad you're back, Polly.
We're going to find her.
We have to. MK's pressuring us.
They want the land, especially.
They want the Naiads or they want the land especially. Sorry, I clicked when I didn't mean to.
They don't care about that old building of ours. They want to build a mall or something, I don't know. And we're running dry. But... well...
He shrugs, signaling the discussion is over. Then he zeroes in on his glasses again. Okay, we didn't find out a lot about MK, I must say. May the sun return soon. It's been a long day, but there are still some things left that need to be said. I would imagine that after we finish this chapter, the demo will finish, so I guess we'll just play it to the end now that we've got this far. I know the video is getting on a little bit in length, but hopefully that's okay. Night has fallen. The place is almost empty apart from Laszlo's friends and a phone-browsing Nora. A lot of texts. I'm curious, but it's not my place to investigate. At least, not now.
It has been a day.
Definitely a day.
Tomorrow's creeping up on us already.
He nods his head at me, but this time it's genuine. There's a faint sparkle in his eyes. His armour isn't gone, but the straps have loosened. It's a start. Wow, okay. So for this thing... well, surely we can't do that one, because we don't have enough bliss crystals. Too bad Laszlo didn't reconnect with his granddaughter, but I kind of get your decision. So we're going to do this one. He has learned much today. With the help of others, he may grow stronger than he ever imagined. Okay? Seems nice. We decide to stay for a while. Nora for the atmosphere, me to see if I can pry off the last of Laszlo's armour. Then I get an idea to get him to talk.
Why don't we grab a drink with your friends over there, Laszlo?
He hesitates for a second before grabbing a big bottle from the fridge.
Sure.
We join Laszlo's posse around the far table, older folks from Atina and abroad. It all feels so normal. Derogatory jokes at Laszlo's expense, talk of the island and of Ulma. MK, the new neighbourhood they raised and rebuilt. Someone mentions that Ursula's fought the construction for years, and it happens.
I need to come clean, folks. Ursula's been gone for a few days. She's disappeared.
This is news to the rest of the group.
I feel responsible. And I'm sorry if, you know, I hurt you.
Around the table, people show their support. Hands are shaken, promises are made to go out and look for her. Ask questions. It's all quite moving. And when things calm down, his eyes meet mine.
The truth
Is that gratitude? Ooh.
I knew it was coming. That something was coming, at least. Things have felt off for weeks. At home. Here. A feeling in the air. Again, sorry to all of you. Nora, most of all. Sorry. I just... It's hard. I didn't want anyone else to bear the burden.
Nora smiles gently, strides to the chair next to her grandfather and leans over. She rests her head on his considerable shoulder. For the first time since I arrived, I see a genuine smile cross his face. Consequence of objectives. The objective nodes may generate consequences that impact later chapters of the story. This will give you access to entire branches of the future and cut you off from others. Keep this in mind when planning your route on the Augural. Because of the choices you made when dealing with Laszlo, you made great progress towards an outcome. Yeah, we gained 8 of these bond crystals, I think. We still haven't done any of Bliss. I feel a bit bad for Bliss. You have chosen the path laid out before you by an aspiration, but the future might still be in your hands. Outcomes may have greater consequences than objectives. Will you stay on the same path, or would you rather change the course of the future? Wow. Okay, so it's kind of inviting me to start chapter 3, but honestly, I think I'm going to leave it there for now, because I think it's probably slightly over an hour now on this video, I guess. But obviously, I want to play more. I'm being sucked into the story, so that's great. I mean, it's by Don't Nod, so we're expecting a good story, great characters, all of which I think are present here. And can I just add as well, I think the voice acting is fabulous. I mean, there isn't a character so far that's kind of stood out for the wrong reasons. I think everyone has sort of fit the way they're illustrated and animated, and the graphics and the animations themselves are fantastic. I really like the style. As I was watching, I was trying to sort of pinpoint the feeling it gives me. It's not quite Studio Ghibli, I don't think. It's more like say one of those sort of Saturday morning cartoons from the 90s, that sort of, or 80s, 90s, that sort of thing. It's sort of triggering a bit of nostalgia in me anyway, despite the fact that it's new, but it's obviously sort of evocative of those sort of things. So yeah, I really like it, and I can see myself playing this on the channel. I think it ticks those sort of boxes that I look for in many of the games I feature, with that strong story, narrative, impactful choices, and so on. So yeah, very excited for this one. As I said, it's out in about a month's time. 8th of June, I believe it's penciled in for at the moment. So yeah, link to the Steam store page in the description, so click on that if you want to download it for yourself, have a playthrough yourself, and just see what it's about. But if you enjoyed this, as I hope you did, please do hit the thumbs up button on this video. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this game, but also, is it something you're looking forward to now that... Did you realise that Don't Nod was coming out with a visual novel like this? Have you played their previous games? Did you enjoy them? Let me know. Just let me know anything you think of. It'd be great. And lastly, if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed, it'd be great if you could do so. It'd be amazing to have you on board. So thanks very much one last time, and I'll hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dead Gaming for other games. I think the next demo, and probably the last one I'll do for this Ludo Narracon, is... what's it called? It's called a Demon School or something like that. It looks like it's, again, sort of a strong narrative type thing, but it's got sort of like a tactical arena battling sort of dynamic as well too. We'll find out more about that next time, probably tomorrow. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dead Gaming, as I said. Bye for now.